our everyday life, we are exposed to innumerable infectious agents, but surprisingly, we don't fall sick all the time. Our body has the ability to protect us from most of these infectious agents. Our body's ability to resist a particular pathogen or toxin is called immunity. Immunity is of two types: innate immunity and acquired immunity. Innate immunity, as the name suggests, is inborn. It is present in an organism from birth. Acquired immunity, as the name suggests, is acquired by an individual during his lifetime. Let's find out more about innate and acquired immunity. Innate immunity is inborn and non-specific immune response to an antigen. It presents barriers to the invading foreign body. These barriers may be physical, physiological, cellular, or cytokine barriers. The skin, the largest organ covering our body, is an example of a physical barrier. It is the main barrier which prevents the entry of pathogens. The mucus that coats the various organs of the respiratory, gastrointestinal, and urogenital tracts is also a physical barrier. It traps microbes and other particles, and the cilia sweep them away. The acidic environment of the stomach, produced by the presence of hydrochloric acid, kills most microbes. This is an example of a physiological barrier. Likewise, lysozymes present in the saliva in the mouth, tears in the eyes, and sweat produced by skin prevent the growth and proliferation of pathogen. Physical and physiological barriers eliminate many pathogens before they can invade the body tissue. This surface-level defense acts as the body's first line of defense. When the first line of defense is breached, pathogens are able to enter body tissue. At this point, the body uses a host of non-specific cellular barriers. These act as the body's second line of defense. The white blood cells present in our body, such as the neutrophils, monocytes, natural killer cells, and macrophages, act as cellular barriers by phagocytosing pathogens. Cytokines are cell-signaling protein molecules. These are secreted by virus-infected cells. The cytokines alert the surrounding non-infected cells and protect them from viral attack. Another type of barrier is an inflammatory response. When tissue damage is due to an invading pathogen, it induces a complex set of events collectively known as an inflammatory response. Acquired immunity is specific immune response and is characterized by memory. It is also called adaptive immunity. This specific immune response constitutes the body's third line of defense. The immune system can distinguish between self and non-self cells and cellular constituents. The foreign molecules that enter the body are called antigens. Each antigen stimulates the formation of a specific antibody. When the body encounters an antigen for the first time, it generates an immune response against that antigen. This response is called a primary response and is of low intensity. But the next time the body encounters the same antigen, the body recognizes it and generates a stronger immune response, called the secondary response or anamnestic response. The immune response generated by the body is of two types: antibody-mediated, also called the humoral immune response, and cell-mediated immune response. Two special types of lymphocytes, the B and T lymphocytes, are responsible for generating immune responses. The B lymphocytes are involved in the humoral immune response, and the T lymphocytes in cell-mediated immune response. During the humoral immune response, the B lymphocyte is stimulated either directly by the antigen or by the helper T cell. This helps in the proliferation of B cells. B cells further differentiate to form short-lived plasma cells and long-lived memory cells. The plasma cells secrete specific antibodies, whereas the memory cells elicit a stronger secondary immune response. The antibodies produced during humoral immune response circulate in the blood and lymph. Antibodies, also called immunoglobulins, are Y-shaped glycoprotein molecules. Each antibody is made of 4 peptide chains, 2 heavy and 2 light chains held together by disulfide bonds. So, an antibody is represented as H2L2. There are 5 types of antibodies: IgA, IgD, IgE, IgG, and IgM. The second type of specific immune response, the cell-mediated immune response, is mediated by T lymphocytes. There are 3 types of T cells: helper T cells, cytotoxic T cells, also called killer T cells, and suppressor T cells. Helper T cells recognize antigens on the surface of infected cells and stimulate cytotoxic T cells. Helper T cells can also stimulate B cells to initiate the humoral response. But in cell-mediated immune response, the stimulated cytotoxic T cells identify the infected cells and destroy them. Finally, the suppressor T cells shut down the immune response after the foreign body has been eliminated. They also maintain tolerance to self-antigens to regulate autoimmune responses. Thus, it is the T cell-mediated immune response which is primarily responsible for graft rejections during transplants, because it recognizes the grafts as foreign and initiates action against them.